what's prevalent. So the Dallas Mavericks are ready to fight to keep Kyrie on the roster this summer. So Kyrie is set to be a free agent. His contract is up this summer, and Dallas Mavericks are actually the front runners after acquiring him as a 5-month rental at the trade deadline. So Kyrie's future with the Dallas Mavericks is one of the biggest talking points for fans in the media this season. So will Kyrie stay with the Mavericks? That's a question that we'll get to know in this offseason when it kicks off. So Kyrie became an unrestricted free agent after the Dallas Mavericks season was over early. So the Dallas Mavericks didn't make the playoffs despite making the conference finals a year prior. So the rumor mill suggests that Kyrie may not resign with the Mavs this summer, but a league executive has told Heavy Sports that the Mavericks are ready to fight to keep the 31-year-old dude on the roster. So I think they want Kyrie, and they think they like Kyrie, and but what I can tell you is that Luka, who wasn't against the trade, just like so many of the young players today, doesn't want to share. So say the one general manager, Kyrie was on great behavior, like he was doing everything to try to win over Luka and be a teammate. Every single player on that team and everyone in the organization loves Kyrie from his time there so far. So, everyone can say anything about Kyrie. They just want to, sweet talk Kyrie, make sure to tell him that he needs to stay, because I must say the Dallas Mavericks right now have been held hostage, and Mark Cuban made the worst decisions he made as the owner. Not giving Jalen Brunson the max deal and letting him walk in free agency, and letting the Knicks get Jalen Brunson is the reason why they got Kyrie in the first place. Because if Mark Cuban wasn't a stingy person and just gave Jalen Brunson that max deal that he was playing for in his contract year, the Dallas Mavericks wouldn't have their hands forced and get into the Kyrie Irving sweepstakes. So that's a big L, and it's a huge L considering the fact that Kyrie, you had to trade away Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, and a couple of picks in there so that you can get Kyrie. That's one player. And another thing that was evident was the fact that Jalen Brunson is leading the Knicks, and he's leading the Knicks in scoring as the leading guard in the second round as the first option. So you could see that's a huge L. And right now, I'm pretty sure the Dallas Mavericks front office, they're just down bad at this point. And right now, because they made a huge investment on Kyrie, they have to woo him to stay. Because if they try to ruffle his feathers, he can walk away in free agency, and it can be one of the biggest L's, because they gave away players who are in guaranteed contracts like a Spencer Dinwiddie and a Dorian Finney-Smith in there. So when you lose players like that, who had multi-year extension, and you trade them away for a guy who's just a 5-month rental, and that guy ends up having to walk away in free agency, that's a huge L in the front office. And I'm pretty sure the GM the GM is trying his best foot forward to make sure that Kyrie they're able to get him back, because Kyrie can just opt out, and he's not even going to opt out. He's unrestricted. He's not going to opt out on anything. So if he's not given a contract that suits his needs and the criteria that he wants, he's going to leave. He's just going to leave. So in my opinion, I feel like the Dallas Mavericks gutted their roster, and I don't think that they have the ability to be able to contend, even despite Luka being there and being that of a talent. Because right now, even some reports are saying Christian Wood is not the Dallas Mavericks are not expected to bring back Christian Wood. So that's actually a big red flag in there. So Luka is just going to be all up there alone, and if the Dallas Mavericks are not able to go deep in the postseason again, it's just going to be counted as a lost year, because it's championship or bust. It's a win now situation for Luka. I know he got into the league in 2018, but you can see some other guys in there who came in the 2018 draft. They're doing the great things. You have DeAndre Ayton, you've got Trey Young in there. Okay, Trey Young. Things are not looking good in the Hawks. Marvin Bagley, he didn't pan out as the second pick in the 2018 draft. Um, you've got all that, and Luka Doncic, if he's not able to be put in a situation to contend, it's just going to be a lost year. So the Dallas Mavericks are in their best interest to bring back Kyrie. So despite even having Kyrie, who is a player that can be controversial, and you don't know what to expect from him because this guy is actually pretty volatile. The Dallas Mavericks are optimistic on getting this guy and just trying to re-sign him, and they're trying to sweet talk him and make sure that he's comfortable so that they can get him in. So despite we know the truth, we know what happened. This is a guy that is actually he's a very hard guy to deal with. At the Brooklyn Nets, he was actually tolerated instead of embraced, because they knew the type of talent that he was bringing and type of production he was bringing on the court. So having him was good, despite having him coming with the bad alongside him. So yeah, it's in the best interest of the Dallas Mavericks to bring back Kyrie. If they don't, I must say they will have been screwed, and the Brooklyn Nets might have just looked like they they won the trade. So yeah, man. So leave your feedback down in the comments. I'm out. Peace.